but I'd love to know the best writing advice that you've received yourself.
I remember someone explaining to me once, and I took this bit to heart, that that you have to stick with an idea, because if you keep changing ideas, like, you're never going to get past the first hurdle. And in writing my first book, I really held that one close to my heart. I gave myself a period of time, and the deal was I wasn't changing my idea. And what I worked out was that each time I came to a roadblock where a new idea seemed all shiny and new, if I pushed through it, that's where the best bits of the book were, because I'd really had to struggle and dig deep. And it felt like it was a hurdle, but in the end, cheesy as it sounds, it was an opportunity. And I suppose in relation to this next book advice I got, I was chatting to my best friend. I'm like, these three ideas that don't go together, and maybe I could put them together. And she said, well, yeah, just do it. And what I learned from that experience was the challenge of it helped fuel me, because the reality is books can take quite a bit of time. So finding ways of challenging yourself through the process in terms of keeping stamina, I found really helpful. What other advice have I been given? Back it up. I got the advice that you need to back up your story regularly. I'm pretty good at doing that one. Just trying to think, what other things have people told me? Here's one that nobody's told me, but I discovered during the process of writing Making Romeo. What I've decided for myself is that writing about something that really genuinely matters, really matters. There were so many times where it was just me and my laptop as companionship going through this process. And, I chose something that really mattered to me and I cared deeply about. And the messages for me were really important. And I think that if I didn't have that real sense that this is the exact story that I want to tell, there would have been times when it was too exhausting. So I think that the reality might be, if you're writing a book, it might be that you're writing it for a couple of years. If you're me, probably. And so the idea that you would, our time is precious and we have a finite number of books in us. And so the advice that I'm going to keep reminding myself of is that as I embark upon the journey of writing books, one of the threshold tests is, does this really matter to me? Because I'm going to need it to matter during the moments when I lose confidence, or when I'm bored, or when it just feels like it's dragged on too long. Because if the end product is something where you can look at it and go, you know what, if no one in the world ever understands it, or it doesn't get published, I know that a piece of my soul is in there. I know that I put my heart on the page. Then you can always be proud of what you've produced.
That's really lovely. I think that's so important.